Have you ever thought that you were being a good listener only to have your partner walk away saying, "You just don't get it. You never really hear me"? Or maybe your partner has mentioned that when they say something to you, they feel like you're not really listening. Well, that is a failure of attunement. You are not tuned in to your partner in the way that they need you to be in order to recognize what's going on for them and really help them feel like you're listening. But here's the good news. Attunement is not something that you're born with. It's something that you can build over time. And through dedicated practice and by learning how to interact with your partner in the right ways, you can get better at this skill. This is a real skill that you can practice and improve in. So, today I'm going to show you how you can attune to your partner, even if it doesn't come naturally to you, and how to repair when you miss the mark. If you're new here, my name is Wes White. I'm a couples therapist, and it's my goal on this channel to help teach you the skills in your relationship that will help you improve your relationship if you're having trouble, or help your relationship thrive if you're already in a good place. So, without further ado, let's dive into today's topic. So, first off, what is attunement really? Well, attunement is this skill of emotionally tuning in to your partner. It's getting a felt sense of what's happening in your partner's inner world and responding in a way that says, "I'm here, I get it, and you matter." This is the feeling that you get when your partner is really tuned into you, when they are paying attention and you feel like they understand not just what you're saying, but your inner world too. If we can attune to our partners, then research suggests that that's half the battle. Your partner already feels closer to you, more connected, and is more likely to see and hear the things that you're saying in a more positive light because they feel like you really understand them and are paying attention. This is not about agreeing with your partner all the time, and it's definitely not about your partner feeling like you are trying to be their therapist. It's really just about emotional presence. The more that you can be present with your partner, the more that they feel like you care about them. And that's super important in relationships. So if this is a struggle to you, then that's okay. Let's talk about why it feels really hard for a lot of people. So here's the thing. Your attachment style and the way that you grew up impacts a lot about how you might attune to other people and how easy it is for you to do on a day-to-day basis. If you lean avoidantly attached, then you might go numb in your relationships. You might shift your focus from the emotional landscape to logic, or you might even just avoid emotions altogether. A lot of people with avoidant attachment don't even really understand how they feel in any given moment. And that's something that I work with a lot of people on so they can build an understanding of their relationship to emotion and communicate their emotions to their partner in a better way. If you lean more anxiously attached, then you might get so activated when you're in conflict with your partner that you flood the space with your own feelings, and that also doesn't help your partner feel attuned to you because you're losing track of your partner's emotions because you're so flooded with your own. Both partners might also default to fix-it mode. I'm really good at this in my own relationship. Not because you don't care about your partner, but more because that emotional attunement is really uncomfortable for you in the moment. And going to fix-it mode feels cognitive. It feels up in your head. You're working on a solution to the problem, which is not always a bad thing, but it doesn't help your partner feel like you're tuned into them emotionally. So it can cause problems. The truth of the matter, though, is that you don't have to get this right all the time. So no matter where you lean on this spectrum, you can work on this if you're willing to work on pausing first, understanding what's going on for you, and then engaging from a more intentional place. So let's talk about what attunement looks like in real life, which can be really helpful, especially if you feel like you're not great at it right now. Attunement lives in how you respond, not just what you say. It's in your tone, eye contact, body language. You are showing your partner, not just through your words, but through your body language, your actions, your physiological state, that you are tuned into them, that you care about them, that you are right here present. Imagine yourself not just listening, by trying to repeat back what your partner says, active listening, but also leaning in, making eye contact, having a soft tone of voice, really getting curious with your whole body language. That is what shows attunement. The reason for this is that you're not just responding to your partner's words, you're also responding to their nervous system. You're trying to show through your own body language that you are safe, that you are here, that you are present. That's important. So if you are one of those people who listen to all of that and you're like, I don't know if I'm that great at that, let's talk about how you can build attunement, even if you suck at it right now. The idea here is that This is a muscle. Muscles grow through practice, just like you're going to the gym, lifting weights, and you can get better at this. Here's how I would do it. Step one is that you want to regulate your body first. You can't attune to your partner if you are in a dysregulated state. If you're super amped up or really heated because you're in conflict, it's hard to pay attention to what the other person is saying. In fact, your cognitive processing part of your brain, your prefrontal cortex, goes offline when you're in a dysregulated state. So it makes it really hard to tune in. So what I want you to do is, if you're in that state, start by taking a big, deep breath. Let it out slowly. Drop your shoulders. Try to feel your feet on the floor, okay? Remind yourself that I don't need to fix this. I just need to be here now, okay? You're tuning in, you're being present. If you go into fight, flight, or freeze, then you are offline. You can't be focused with your partners. The first step is to come back online, and you do that by dropping into yourself, regulating first. Step two is that I want you to become your partner's nervous system Sherlock Holmes. This comes from PACT, the psychobiological approach to couples therapy developed by Dr. Stan Tatkin, and it's a technique for building your attunement muscle. So what I want you to do is watch your partner in real time, focus on noticing what's going on for them. That could look like this, okay? Look for facial tension, things like a tight jaw or furrowed brows, things that might indicate concern or upsetness, right? Vocal tone, pay attention to, are they talking quieter or faster or flatter? That can indicate different types of emotions they might be feeling at the moment. Look at their posture. Are they leaning away? Are they shrinking inwards? Are they hunched over, becoming a smaller version of themselves? Maybe that means that they're scared or frightened or upset. And finally, pay attention to their breath. Are they holding their breath? Are they sighing a lot? Those can be indicators that they feel sad or that they feel really tense. Then try to reflect it back to your partner gently in the moment. The goal here is to be gentle. Don't come across as a therapist. But you can say something like, hey, I noticed that you just shifted in your seat. Is everything okay? Or, hey, I just noticed that your face looks kind of sad. I might be wrong, but are you okay right now? Or you could say something like, hey, I noticed that you just went really quiet after I said that. What's going on? The goal here is to express concern when you notice something, but come at it through a place of curiosity. The goal for you is that you are creating moments of shared reality where you are making an assumption based on evidence that you see in your partner's reactions or facial tension. You're making an assumption, but you're testing that assumption with your partner. And based on that evidence, you then understand, okay, when my partner has kind of a scrunched up face, that means that they're actually really angry. Or when my partner's voice drops and they go quiet, it might mean that they feel scared or sad based on the evidence of what they give back to you. You are building a map of your partner's world based on this kind of give and take analysis of their individual situation at that moment, and then testing it with them in a gentle way and getting feedback. The next step here that you can use to build your attunement muscle is to use the framework of feel, find, reflect. Feel, find, reflect. This is going to be your go-to tool in attunement. Feel stands for what emotional energy is present in the room with your partner. Are they feeling tense? Are they sad? Are they frustrated? Try to figure out what they are feeling. Part two is find. Okay, find stands for figure out a compassionate hypothesis. You're going to test your hypothesis with. That could be like, okay, I know they're feeling kind of tense or sad. Maybe they feel dismissed or maybe they feel alone in this moment. You're creating a hypothesis based on what you see in front of you. The third thing is to reflect what you think they might be feeling tentatively. You don't want to come out and say, you're feeling sad, because nobody likes being told how they're feeling. But you can offer it as a tentative hypothesis. Be like, hey, I wonder if that felt kind of invalidating to you just then. Or, hey, I noticed that you got quiet. I wonder if maybe you're feeling kind of sad right now. Or, hey, did it feel like maybe I wasn't taking your side in that moment? Feel, find, then reflect. Again, you are testing the waters, building this internal map, but showing your partner that you care, that you're curious, that you're tuned in, you're trying to figure it out. That's the important part. And the goal here is to work on micro attunements over time. You don't want to just wait for a big fight for your partner to blow up when all of a sudden then you're locked in, you're being really attuned to them. That's good, but you don't want to just wait for that. Work on doing attunements in tiny moments so you can start small and build this skill slowly over time. To do these little emotional check-ins, the feel, find, reflect, in small moments, even when you guys are not in an escalated place, that will really help you build this skill up over time. You can think of these as emotional deposits in your relationship's bank account, and that adds up over time. Finally, here's the thing. You don't have to be perfect at this. You are gonna miss the mark, okay? So when you mess up, what's really important is to have good repair with your partner. This is what that could look like. You take ownership. You say, hey, I think I missed what you were actually needing from me right now, and I'm really sorry about that. You try to empathize without getting defensive. You could say, hey, I understand. If I was in your shoes, I would feel frustrated with me right now too. I messed up. I should have been better attuned to you. You can try to get curious. You can say, hey, can you help me understand what you are feeling? I'd really like to understand better. And then reattune. Say, okay, so I understand. In that moment, it felt like I was dismissing you. Is that right? You're tuning into what is actually going on in their emotional landscape, and you're trying to reset. You're trying to go back to being tuned in the correct way, in the way that they really want. And the last thing is that you want to be future-oriented. You want to say something along the lines of, hey, I know I messed up, but I really want to do better next time. What would help me not miss it next time? Or if I do miss it, what would help you feel more connected to me afterwards? In the end, this is not going to be perfect, but you can have indicators that you're getting better at it. Here's how you would know that you are getting better if you've been working on this for a while. Look for fights that de-escalate a little bit faster over time. Look at your partner opening up more freely because they feel safer with you in the moment. Look at yourself beginning to feel a little bit less afraid of conflict, because you know the structure and tools to better tune into what your partner needs in those moments. And then over time, you want to feel a softness with your partner between both of you, even when there's a little bit of tension. That's the goal long term. Most importantly, the goal here is that you can trust that even if you and your partner drift away from each other a little bit in the moment, you're going to find your way back to each other because you are good at tuning in to what they need. That's real attunement. And that is worth trying to show up for. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. If you want more practical tools like this, please let me know down in the comments below. And if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. I really, really appreciate your support. So if you want to support this channel, please like and subscribe to it. And it really helps if you share the video with other people. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time. Care.